Few pictures of the boat as I was building it. It took a lot longer than I thought it would do. As I say, it took like 3 months. It must have taken the first 6 weeks to strip out all the rotten plywood and fiberglass, cutting it back, all the wiring. Until you start, you just don't realise what's involved. And all I would say is I wouldn't want to do it again. But it was an experience. It looks a bit of a mess in it at the moment with the window boards on, but I have to have them on there just to stop kids and that throwing stones at the windows. It's nice when you see how well the old varnish comes up on the ply. And look at the shine on that. So that was the hard part, making the windows. I say that some of the wood from the original cabin went into the windows, so there's parts of the old boat. So I'm happy. The cabin's like the TARDIS now. There's loads of room in here. Okay, so let's get on to the gunnel capping. It's going to be hard to show you, but let me move the ladder out of the way. So there's the capping round the front, and obviously you can see where I've stopped for the time being. The intention is to get through the summer, do a bit of fishing, and then winter time take this gunnel capping off all the way around the back of the boat, and then replace it with plastic. Well, with the bit of heat we've had, and obviously the timber being a bit soft already, as you can see, it's starting to just fall apart now. So it's time for the capping to come off. It's just cracking and splitting all over the place. It's been on there for a long time now, but this is the bit, as you can see there. Don't pay no attention to the boat, it's still being painted at the moment, but this is what I need to rebuild. And obviously this was built in stages with timber, but I'm going to be doing it with plastic. But what I want to do is, I don't want to end up see, the problem I'm going to have, because of the shape of the hull, I want to build it out so I can get it back to square again, if you understand what I'm saying. And this is where I need the advice on how to build it, because obviously when it was built it was just layers and layers and layers of timber, but as you can see it's all starting to rot. This is a material that I'm going to be using. I bought it for a company called Fieldcrest. It's 25mm by 100mm, and I think it comes in 3.4 metre length. I use a bit of pipe, use a wallpaper stripper, bung one end up, put the hose in and steam it that way. And whereas like timber takes hours to steam, with this you put it in the bit of pipe, put the steamer on, leave it for half hour, pull it out. It's red hot, but you can manipulate it to the shape you want once you clamp it into shape. So yeah, it's quite versatile, and like the maintenance on it would be great. I won't have to keep like varnishing every year. It's going to save a lot of time. As you can see, it's like I put 2 layers on. She's solid, but I've got the hard bit to come. So I should take this bit off. It was only a temporary, just to tidy it up for a bit. But that is my plan, to redo the gunnel. I don't really want to just cap the top of the fiberglass with just 2 bits of plastic. I think that will look absolutely tacky and horrible. I want to try and get this back to something similar to what it is now, so that I can put my rails back on as they are. I don't want to have to like try and change the feet by taking these off and making U-shaped brackets to go over the top. I want to try and get it back to some sort of form of how it is now, but do it in plastic. As you can see, it's in a right mess now, and like by the winter time. By the time you get a bit of rain, a bit of frost in there. But the sun does most of the damage, seems to be. It just seems to expand and then crack and expand and crack. But as you can see here, it's really going now. So through the winter, I mean, the only good thing for me is like the steaming time on this on the plastic is probably half hour instead of like 4 hours or 5 hours, whatever time it takes to steam. So I can actually do that through the winter. That is the plan. But when that wind blows across here, it blows across here, and there's no protection at all. So when you think the boat's here 365 days of the year, wind, rain, shine, sunshine, it takes a battering. I made a window board because of the winters that we have here, and the weather is predominantly southwesterly. The woodwork on the frames, because they weren't covered up last year, they got absolutely battered, and it looked like someone had come past with a sandblaster. So obviously I had to rub them all back and revarnish, and so I built that this time ready for this winter, so it can blow into its heart's content. And yeah, hopefully I won't have to do the same amount of work on the wooden frames as I did this year. And the boat hasn't been painted for about 5 years, so that is all the paints I've got. But I don't really want to paint the hull until I get this capping done. So there's always something stopping you doing something else, and I just want to get it done. But I also want to go out fishing, and I've also got to go to work. So and then obviously the missus wants time as well. So it's an ongoing battle, but we'll get there in the end.